Supporting them.
Well, those were the latest headlines. The news continues here on Al Jazeera after China Rising. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
我不能去跟别人比，我也不算是一个。如果我跟别人比的话，我根本就不算成功。但是如果是跟我自己比的话，我觉得我做得很不错，我会这样子想。
Look at what kind of lives people overseas are living. Isn't it legitimate for the Chinese to seek the same kind of quality life that others enjoy?
有一种说法说是资产加家庭资产要超过1000万的，可能才属于在上海这个地方才属于中产阶级。
And if you ask the Chinese people will tell you that China is developing in the right direction.
这对我来讲最重要的，首先是吃饱嘛。这现在呢，困难已经不大了。另外呢，在原来我们不可以想象有高速公路，我也不可以想象我还能坐飞机，我更不能想象我还能出国去学习。我觉得这个变化实在是太大。
30 years ago, China was still considered a poor country. Today, it's the world's second largest economy and a world power that cannot be ignored. This journey from scarcity and poverty to prosperity and abundance is one of the most rapid in history. But in the official story of China's unrivaled economic success, there is no mention of the events in the early summer of 1989. Events which indirectly hasten the economic development for which the world admires China today. When China's first communist leader, Chairman Mao Zedong, died in 1976, he was succeeded by fellow party member Deng Xiaoping. Under his leadership, China began to change Mao's economic policies. The new policies inspired by Western economies led to steep increases in food prices, unemployment, inflation, and corruption. These changes caused great dissatisfaction and protests. And from the mid-1980s, demands for both economic and political change grew. In the spring and early summer of 1989, these protests culminated in a massive crackdown in Tiananmen Square in Beijing on June 4th. Hundreds were killed, but this date remains practically unknown in today's China. It's considered almost taboo to be mentioned in public.
所以那是我在天安门事件中对我来说最铭心刻骨，甚至也是我前半辈子的那个生活里边最铭心刻骨的一件事情。
Yu Hua is one of China's most successful writers, with millions of books sold. In the West, he's best known for his book To Live, which was also made into a famous movie with the same title. In his new book, China in 10 Words, Yu Hua summarizes his view of China in 10 carefully chosen words. Chapter 1 in the book is entitled People, where Yu Hua for the first time writes about the atmosphere and the events in Tiananmen Square the night before June 4th, 1989.
当我从凌晨2、3点钟从那个天安门广场那个时候骑车再回来的时候，非常寒冷，而且路灯都没有，因为当时那个街道比较狭窄，不像现在那么宽，可能已经没有这种感觉了。突然往前骑的时候，感觉到前面有一种热浪过来，有一点热气一点一点的过来，1万多人在那唱那个国歌，哇，这个场面确实是非常的那个震撼。
The student demonstrations had been going on since April and kept growing increasingly larger. When China's leaders decided that the square should be evacuated on the night before June 4th.
在那个坦克上的那个军人给他们的命令是可以开枪，但是往下面打，也可以往天上打。那么当时有大量的那个死亡，是因为有些子弹反弹的时候打在了胸膛上，动脉被打断了。所以为什么我那个看到街道2边啊，上面高一点的地方都没有枪眼，沿着那个地起来那个地方全是枪眼。
The interview with Yu Hua is interrupted by security personnel, and the film crew is asked to leave.
他那个，
打扰一下，您那个跟谁在这儿？
我跟张经理说好的，可以在这里拍采访。
您关于什么题材的？
其实他就是一个很普通的人，那什么，他居然他能够听到我们在谈论那个天安门事件的时候，他就会说，那个不要那个危害国家的话题是不能谈的。经历过2次那个巨大的游行，大概有100多万。当时我们那个报道说是有近200万，但也有可能有非常非常大规模的那个游行。大学生们要求民主自由，这个对很多当时中国的百姓来说是太遥远的事情。真正能够吸引全国的市民啊、民众加入进去，而不仅仅只是一个学生运动。一个主要的原因是反对关岛，就是当时中国改革开放以后最早出现的腐败。
The death toll is still unknown. Some say hundreds, others say over 1,000. Many protesters were imprisoned, and many others fled the country.
64事件以后，我们的政治体制改革停止了，不再改了，绝对不动，因为当时一动认为这国家要出乱子，共产党可能要失去他的政权，所以他就政治体制改革，但经济体制改革是疯狂的，完全是像那个不是像欧洲的那个学美国的，因为美国的资本主义是世界上最坏的那个资本主义。我希望它没有发生，因为这对任何人来说都是悲剧。对中国的民众来说也是悲剧，对中国的政府来说其实也是一个悲剧，双方都是一个悲剧。
Silence settled over Tiananmen Square. Yet another dramatic chapter in China's history was over. China is not just one of the world's largest economies with the world's largest population, it's also one of the world's oldest living civilizations. For 3,500 years, China was an empire, until the last emperor was dethroned in the revolution of 1911. The decades after that, up until 1949, were marked by Japanese occupation and civil war between China's Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, and the Kuomintang, led by Chiang Kai-shek. China's Communist Party was founded in 1921 by a small group in Shanghai. But by the time the party and its army undertook their long march through China in the mid-1930s in order to evade the Kuomintang and settle in Yan'an, they numbered over 100,000. Yan'an in the Shanbei region is referred to as the birthplace of the Chinese Communist Revolution. It was here that a vision was formed for the People's Republic that was proclaimed by the Communist Party on October 1st, 1949. Today, Yan'an is a flourishing city visited by millions of tourists, both local and foreign, curious to know more about China's modern history. But retired actors Liu Rong and Yang Diqiu remember a different Yan'an from their childhood.
毛主席领导的中央红军到陕北以后，陕北的人民翻身解放，才有了做主人的感觉。在这个之前，那受的苦是非常重的。一方面，陕北这个地方呀，这个气候比较差，黄土高原，庄稼也收不了多少粮食，再加上地主阶级的盘剥，所以群众生活是非常苦的。一个就是当家做主啊，没有人欺负老百姓，因为地主阶级经过这个土改啊，把地主阶级给打下去了，土地分给农民了，我家里就分到了土地。那么解放以后，妇女平等了，在政治上有地位了，她又有选举权，又有被选举权，而且这个演员的地位也提高了。再一个不一样的地方就是婚姻自主了，过去都是买卖婚姻，现在是自由恋爱啊，不能是那个媒妁之言、父母包办啊，所以妇女解放那个地位的提高，那个势力是很多的啊。
那像她吧，我家还不同意，还是
她嫁给我家里不同意，她就是自主决定的。
Any kind of the consideration about contemporary China is difficult without their reflection on the 20th century China.
Professor Wang Hui is a leading representative for what's known as the New Left. He prefers to call himself a critical intellectual.
In the long Chinese Revolution, so many people from the peasant society became the leaders, became the scientists, became the scholars, became different kind of thing. If you compare to many other societies, especially in the third world countries, it's almost not possible. Such thing never happened. So the Chinese Revolution changed the whole social structure, made the social mobility very strong. I think that was also very important for the Chinese reform.
Mao Zedong is, for millions of Chinese, the man who liberated China and laid the foundation for today's great power. Mao Zedong's importance is reflected in the Chinese Communist Party's ideology, as well as on the Chinese yuan. Everyone who visits Tiananmen Square in Beijing can see the large portrait of Mao above the entrance to the Forbidden City, where it's hung since 1949. The identity of the painter of the famous portrait was kept secret until a few years ago. Wang Qizhi was Mao's portrait artist for 27 years, a position he inherited from his father. Twice a year, the portrait is exchanged for a new one, and it's still Wang Qizhi who decides what the portrait will look like.
最早的画的时候就是没有一个，应该画多大没有一个标准，画有一个大一点的，有一个小一点的草稿。我们最后决定了一个特大广场啊，需要就这个角度最合适。他是那时候戴着帽子，就是戴着那个八角帽的那个。这个文革期间没有什么太大的波动，因为我是画毛主席像，所以是一般的都我还是比较尊敬的，但是也担心有一个什么问题，就是万一要是画的颜色要不够红，不好说了。这事儿红卫兵没准就遭一点麻烦，也担着心。
Toward the end of the 1950s, Mao instituted a campaign intended to rapidly industrialize China. The Great Leap Forward, as it was called, led instead to the estimated deaths of over 30 million people from starvation, according to reports. The Cultural Revolution was Mao Zedong's ultimate political campaign. It began in 1966 and ended with his death in 1976.
Well, there are many reasons for the happening of the Cultural Revolution, of course not. But even today, what we have officially is only one explanation from the party document adopted in the early 1980s now. There was some differences amongst the top leaders, and those people who used to be the comrades in arms with Mao took a different political and socio-economic development line, which Mao didn't like. And now the scholars also agree on some of the old ways in our culture, in our tradition, which were not conducive to the development of the modern China, also took hold of the Chinese, like the mass worship, like the persecutions against each other. So if you put those two things together, then you know what happened in China. The Cultural Revolution was perhaps a kind of ill wind that blows nobody good.
During the Cultural Revolution, friend was pitted against friend, child against parent, husband against wife. People could be assaulted verbally or physically on the smallest suspicion that they weren't following party line. Political discussions could lead to violence. Some of China's modern fiction deals with what people were subjected to during the Cultural Revolution, but photographic documentation from this period is limited. So it was quite a sensation when a Chinese photographer, Li Zhengsheng, published pictures he had taken as a press photographer. For 40 years, he had hidden 30,000 negatives of pictures he had taken during the Cultural Revolution.
在文化大革命当中，我们摄影记者主要的是要拍报纸使用的照片，报纸用什么你就拍什么，这叫正面的。那么我拍这些照片呢，就是在拍正面照片的同时，拍了很多负面的。我预感到我肯定是要即将被打倒，我就把那些底片呢，都从办公室里每天下班带一点， 就是把这个负面的啊，就是这些负面的，正面的不用带的，带回家里去了。就在这个桌子，这是我儿子了，他坐在我这个桌子这个角上，这个桌子底下压着一个那个洞口。比方说，这个场景，我是记忆非常深的，而且我后来我都写了专门的文章。那个开始啊，毛泽东说文化大革命是为了防止党变修、国变色，这个大家是同意的。党变修，防止中国共产党变成像东欧和苏联那个社会主义的那个修正主义的党，是吧？国变色变成什么呢？怕变成西方那种资本主义的那种颜色。大家那个是共产党说那种很可怕的，是水深火热之中的。那么，对于这一点大家是拥护的，但是说对于领导干部有错误批判，大家也是同意的。但是后来就发展到很残酷的程度，失去了人性。比方这个人，我们本来就很熟悉他跟记者之间关系非常亲和，他是省委书记兼哈尔滨市委第1书记。那么，在批斗他的时候，给他抹鬼脸呢，就把他后来一脸盆的墨汁啊，臭烘烘的墨汁，给他泼到脸上，完了以后，剩下的呢，又拽开他的衣领，从衣领的就倒在他后面，顺着裤子就流下来了。我当时因为我是毕竟受过高等教育的一个摄影记者，我崇尚人性我认为这样做法是不人道的，是不人性的，只是心里想，谁也不敢说。谁要是敢说，那个时候任何人要是敢说一句站出来，那就一块儿斗了。
When the people talk about the Mao, obviously the opinion was very divided. My observation is that after the Cultural Revolution, a lot of the elites remained very critical to him. But even in the most critical period, that the peasants and the workers love him.
Today's China seems light years away from the China Mao Zedong led until 1976. But it was Mao who first presented the idea of turning China into the world's great economic power. In a speech from 1956, he said that China, with its large population, history, and natural resources, should surpass the United States in 2006, certainly no later than 2016. And this is where China is now, the second largest economy in the world after the United States. But China's success has come at a price. Even if millions of Chinese can count themselves among the winners, millions of others tell a different story.
在这方面没问题啊，越混越穷，共产党肯定不好。
我们整年累月的没有休息天，一直都在干。不像人家有个礼拜天什么的，我们没有。如果有病的话，也要坚持，从来没有不开门的时候。
到这个地方上，就给你把跟那和尚念经，完子给你念上，知道吗？把我们挣的喜欢的，给你就把钱跟掏粪一样的，人不在乎的把钱把谁给你断，没吃吃去，没吃喝去，就直接搁你脖子上没死的掐。
Headlines, the news continues in Al Jazeera. Now it's back to China Rising.
外面下大雨，房间下小雨，大雨天家里都进水，哎，要政府解决消灭马桶，就去改造，就这个意思。又是就是用这个马桶，用了已经我嫁到这个弄堂已经30几年了。
我们这个马桶啊，现在倒了一个，不允许倒了一个，对一个我提高了，你看，手也得坏了，手也得坏了，你看，手也得坏了，来，脚也得坏了，这个，钢钉来了全身，这啷不着？到嘛，到这个。阿拉天天到马桶哎，我洗到马桶，80多岁了，老师你请不要请，年纪大了，对不起啊。
Everything has a price tag, so to speak, now. And part of the reform and open up now in the Chinese economy also has a heavy cost, if you like.
In just 30 years, China has gone from widespread poverty to being the world's second largest economy. Several 100 million Chinese have left poverty behind. But as China grows richer, there's an alarmingly wide gap between those who are still poor and those who live in prosperity.
中国社会成员的收入差距确实很大，这个差距肯定是超过了很多欧洲国家。但是这个差距的形成有着很多复杂的原因。在1978年中国的改革开放之前，中国社会成员的收入差距是不大的，但是那个时候是共同受穷的一种状态。中国的改革开放之初，当时的领导人邓小平提出要让一部分地区和一部分人先富起来。邓小平认为中国太大了，中国的国民不可能同等程度的富裕起来。
China is a class-based society with a growing middle class. 150 million well-to-do Chinese have a lot of money, own their homes, and travel abroad. In Shanghai, many of them frequent the malls and large department stores.
其实衡量一个家庭的经济水平是很困难的。在我的理解里面，中等收入和中产阶级可能是两个不同的含义。那如果说中等收入或者说中等水平，那么中国有句成语叫做比上不足，比下有余。那我们肯定是属于这个不属于最有钱的，也不属于最没钱的中间的这个阶段，那是属于中间的。但是如果说中产阶级的话呢，它有一些比较特定的含义，那可能我们算不上。
这个的长度要1.1米，然后这个高度就这样高度就可以了，还是它可以本身就可以伸缩的。
下面是装2个抽屉啊。
抽屉？那你这还要去找个箱子了。
对啊，是这种。
那他们知道吗？就是这个底下的。
有一种说法说是资产家庭资产要超过1000万的，可能才属于在上海这个地方才属于中产阶级。那我们肯定没有达到。
我们其实原来房子，住房条件比这里好，比这个房子要大几10个平米，要多一间房间，多一个卫生间。那么，绿化也比较好，小孩子玩的也比较好。但是呢，就是我们选择这套房子搬过来，一个就是考虑离双方父母都近一点，还有一个就是考虑孩子的读书问题。
因为现在上海的小学、初中还是根据地区来就近入学的，所以我们还认识一些朋友，他们就是为了读好的学校、好的初中或者好的小学，会专门把房子从这个很好的房子换到一些离好学校很近的，但是很差的房子去。
关于就独生子女这件事情，我跟我太太讨论过很多次。
但是现在一般呢，大多数家庭呢，就是不要第2个孩子，一个是那个限制，还有一个也是觉得这个压力挺大的。因为中国家长对孩子的重视，可能在全世界来说都是很那个的，就是说他的对这个孩子的投入精力投入是非常非常大的。 但是我们现在想想，都是全心全意的投入，不光是自己投入，甚至这个祖父母啊、外祖父母啊什么都会全心全意投入。然后孩子大了，因为中国尤其是上海这个地方的住房啊什么，现在靠那个孩子自己工作要想买房子是很困难的。那么你父母肯定也要给孩子一定的支持。那么一个孩子嘛还好一点，对吧？如果2个孩子，而且一般来说孩子父母都宝贝的，你不可能给了这个不给那个。
这是我们的书房。
因为我们少了一间房嘛，所以就是把这一块厅里边隔了一块作为书房。那这边就是小的桌子是点点的，大的桌子是我们的。点点，打个招呼。嗨。我们每天生活跟大多数的这个上海人是一样的，因为我们2个人都工作的。不是有一个是全职的。
小孩放学，大多数时候都是我的父母去接他。
我们想的就是说，老的时候有一个健康的身体，有一点钱，然后不需要你有一个快乐健康的孩子，他有自己幸福的生活，然后我们能做自己想做的事情，我们觉得这样的未来就很好。
然后我们经常会在商量说啊，下回我们年纪大了以后啊，我们到哪里去玩吧，到哪里去玩吧。
住一段时间，比如说在那里到世界各地或者什么，那么要有2个条件了，一个是要有健康的身体，还有一定的经济条件都要有。那么我们希望到我们老了或者不工作了以后，能有这样一个状态。
对，还有一个，如果我能够在45岁以前退休的话，我会觉得这个很重要。但是不知道这个不知道，
估计很难。
估计很难。
拜拜。你坐在这里，坐在这边。好，拜拜，上课乖一点啊。
2分钟之后，火箭1、2级分离，飞过同流层和中间层，接近大气层边缘。
In and around Shanghai live a large segment of the economic elite, who in 20 years have acquired incomes and assets worth billions. The Chinese millionaires and billionaires are considerably younger than their Western counterparts. And despite the fact that they made their fortunes in China, many of them are heading west. It's increasingly common for China's rich to be involved in charities. Many make donations towards emergency relief and education. Entrepreneur Wei Ran develops and implements social projects in the countryside, which is home to 130 million of the poorest people in China. Today he's visiting villages in Guizhou province.
他去的时候呢，我们那边的人都以为他是骗子，因为去帮人哈，哪有人白白的去帮人，都不敢相信。
我是深入到仓，深入到户，认真的去走访，认真的考察它的地理特征，根据诸多因素，得出了一个这个地方脱贫解困的方案。支书啊，
你好啊，辛苦了。
挺年轻啊，
不，已经40多岁了。
应该咱们都是同一个年代人，40几。
我们这里大部分都是靠天吃饭了。没有解决的办法，因为是这个我们这里这个陡坡啊，确实很那个这个自然条件了嘛。
那我所帮助的项目呢，基本就要是以家庭为单位，根据这个家庭的贫困状况。厨房是在哪边呢？你现在几个人吃饭在家？ 啊，几个人？
再加2个。
2个啊？你和谁？
我和老婆。
老婆，孩子呢？
孩子在贵阳。
在贵阳打过去了，还上学呢？啊。上学吗？
不。
打工几个孩子
？3个。
小的呢？
啊？
小的多大了？
小的20多岁。
当我看到那些最初在城市里边啊，看到那些流浪乞讨，或者是尤其在火车站找不到工作那些民工，我就特别想把他们收留起来，尽快给他们安排工作。后来发现自己性格与这些穷苦的人啊有一个天然的关联，这时候我就开始关注这些贫困群体，大多都来自于乡村，就是来自中国农村。那么要解决他们的问题，从根本上解决了，例如哪怕给他们提供一个就业指导啊，或者是支付门路啊，这样他从根本上就解决。没走出乡村的时候就不流浪不乞讨。改变这个贫困面貌，改变不了的，因为这自然条件就限定了。
如果说是好的，要让这么大国家，你长不到这么大国家，那我记报过，你记不到报过了，
长草都长不出来了。
没办法。今年子干了几个月了？
干了几个月？自己养啊？
自己养。
整整的7个月了。
哟，那就是开春就没在。
一直没有下雨了嘛？
没有下过大雨。全国要搬北京的雨啊！对。有些老人我经济烦恼，就是为了学生上学嘛。肯定要辛苦一点，自己去挣吧。学费是1个学年交一次，要6000多吧。我们的收入一年也只能是1万多了吧，15000左右啊。靠自己打零工啊。土地里面的收入只够吃。只够生活，粮食。
我们现在大部分的人的这个生活上都没什么样好大的困难，只是有些家庭呢，确实生了重病的这种家庭呢，没得办法，大概花好多万的这种呢就没有办法的，这是事实。其他的呢都是没好大的问题。你看现在这干旱了嘛，政府拿水来救，来解决人民的生活水平，就怕人民没得水吃，卫生上搞不上，都拿水今天都拿好多趟。你要是救社会哪管的？饿死你都没哪管。
那么这个就是，中国的变化，再加上人的开放度、自由度。在我从小到现在这个概念当中，发现人的自由度非常非常自由。
总体上，中国的城市居民生活水平是比较高的，而农村居民那就要差的很多。我想这种差别也是可以理解的，因为中国的农民人均耕地占有水平比世界上很多国家都要低。光靠种植粮食，中国的农民是永远富裕不起来的。所以，中国领导人提出要实现城镇化，要把越来越多的农村人口转移到城镇，去发展工业、发展服务业，让他们的生活水平得到提高。
Since the end of the 1980s, more than 250 million poor farmers have become migrant workers in order to improve their lives. China's laws on residential registration have led to problems when it comes to social services and migrant workers' rights. People hope for a better life and a good education for their children. Mrs. Zhang and her husband, who sell fruit in Beijing, are no exception.
我们这个店13年，开了13年了。然后就是20岁左右吧，找了那个谁，我老公，我们俩一块儿往北京打拼。后来又回去了，回去了以后呢，就是那个什么，结完婚以后有了孩子以后，就来北京，就没回去过。那么一直都在北京待着，待了10多年吧。
反正提啊。
1个、2个、3个、4个、5个。
我们没有北京的户口，没有，我们都外地户口。北京不可能接纳你那个什么成为北京市户口，没有。因为在北京，外地人在北京不可能，因为北京是个很大的城市，不可能都外。那要能容易的话呢，那北京还不人挤破了，对，没有。袁探，最近的客户啊，他一块接，但是每次都是那样的，不掏钱去。老家基本上很少回去，我们一般情况下2、3年回去一趟，极少回去。只能走一个人，不能同时走。那时候，我女儿让我妈看，让姥姥看。在我女儿就2岁，在老家让我妈和我爸他们看着。所以说我闺女都在老家长大，不是在北京。啤酒啊，几个？6。哦，那个时候我们也特别想，为了生活，为了挣钱吧，那没办法。那时候还没电话呢，只能说等着每年1次回家看他1次，只能等，也互相想念。你要时间长了，也就慢慢就不像刚来的时候特想，慢慢时间长了也就不是特想了。现在都打电话，以前没电话，只能等着每年回家看1次，只能这样。几乎每天都要通1次电话，有时候可以在电脑上看看他，挺方便。现在方便，过去没有，过去只能等。我女儿大了，只要能考上大学就上大学，如果考不上大学的话呢，我准备让她去当兵。儿子也准备让他去那个什么，能考上大学了就上，考不上了就学个武术，不让他做生意，做生意不行，太受罪了，对，
It's estimated that as many as 100 million children grow up without seeing their parents more than a couple of times a year. Teachers talk of children who are unwell and do poorly at school. The children want their mothers and fathers to return home.
就我们俩光忙这个生意呢，就孩子有时候顾不上。他们现在都在寄宿学校，我儿子1年差不多就是在2万得出头1年。我闺女虽说便宜，她在老家生活稍微条件稍微能那一点，也得1万块钱，最少得1万块钱，没有1万块钱拿不住。反正俩孩子上学1年最少得3万吧，3万还拿不下来。平常你还得给他零花钱呢，是不是？买衣服什么的，对。 我们这一年也能拿个10万8万的，反正是也可以了，
对。我们整年累月的没有休息天，一直都在干，不像人家有个礼拜天什么的，我们没有，从来都没有，每天都在坚持。如果有病的话，也要坚持，从来没有不开门的时候，没有。
我们反正是也不吵架，反正是就是各忙各的，也没吵过架，就。
打过架，我们闲了打架，闲的时候打，不闲的时候我们干活。
对，
好像感觉还行，不像别人呢打打闹闹的，我们打完架还立马就好。在老家生活更舒服，你可以玩玩牌呀，种菜呀，种花呀什么的，没事了再逛逛街呀。在北京生活压力大。
来啊，好，我有空过来给你讲。好了，嗨。
There are over 250 million migrant workers making up around half of China's labor force. They're an enormous social force, and they're starting to demand better salaries and social services.
You know that the Honda strike, they changed the formation of the union, and the workers can organize themselves to bargain for themselves. I think that kind of move can spread over to other sectors, public, private, transnational, and so on and so forth.
In recent years, protests and strikes have led to changes such as wage increases and reviews of the social security system. The Communist Party knows that the workers' situation must improve, or it will be hard to create the so-called harmonious society of the current 5-year plan.
Well, I mean, wealth gap means the social discontent, as everybody knows. That is not very good for a healthy society anyway. But when you see somebody is rich, is terribly rich, is filthy rich, you feel angry. And when you are in anger now, you might do things you do not want to do, to put it simply that way.